I am Megan and welcome to Battle Royale with Cheese, the website you can get all of your TV and film news, reviews and trailers. And apologies that it's been a couple of weeks since the last video from me. We had yet another heatwave in the UK and I was actually quite ill from that, so I do apologise that it's been a while since I have done a video on the channel. I also want to say I do have my window open as well, so if you hear any thudding or knocking, it is my blinds bashing against the window. It's still a little bit humid in here, but it is cooling down a lot. But yeah, just in case if you hear any weird noises, it's my window. A few days ago, Disney's D23 conference happened, and I want to talk about it. So if you don't know what D23 is, it's Disney's big conference that they host where they lay out the future of Disney. So the films that are going to be released, the TV shows that are going to be released, and the attractions and future improvements in the parks. Because there was a lot announced during the conference, I'm only going to be focusing on the TV shows and the films. So the first one to be announced was Princess Diaries 3. This was announced by Anne Hathaway, and it has been revealed now that Julie Andrews is not going to be involved in this one. I personally don't see the point in this. This just feels like another cash grab, but I'm sure fans of the franchise are quite happy about this. I personally am not really that interested in it, and I think if Julie Andrews is not going to be in it, I don't know, I don't really see the point in this. It just feels like another cash grab. A very short sneak peek of the Simpsons film sequel came out. I don't know if this has got an official title yet, actually. I did hear that a placeholder name, the new Simpsons film, was being passed around, but I don't know if that's the confirmed title. But a animation test of one of the scenes was shown, and it looks pretty funny. It wasn't a big clip, it was quite a short one, but I think it looked quite funny. I also can't believe it's been 20 years since the first film came out. I remember seeing the first film in the cinema of the summer after I finished my GCSE exams. That was a very long time ago. That kind of feels a bit surreal. But I'm definitely interested in this one to see what they do 20 years later. Frozen 3 also got a small teaser as well, and a villain reveal. And I think this one's interesting because I kind of had mixed feelings on Frozen 2. I wasn't overly keen on it. I think the songs were great, but I think the story felt very muddled. And even at the end, it felt very closed off. So I'm interested to know what they're going to do here, but I think my biggest interest at the moment is the villain. Because it seems to me that they're going in the direction of this is the Snow Queen that Frozen was originally based off, as well as this villain is going to be what Elsa was originally drawn up to be, which is a pure villain, before Let It Go was written and they changed it to her being misunderstood. So it does seem that they're going to take the original idea of what Elsa was. Maybe they'll do a contrast kind of thing, but I think that's going to be interesting. Is it interesting enough for me to go and see in the cinema yet? No, not really, to be honest. But it's something that I'm going to keep an eye on as more plot details are revealed and more scenes are released. Incredibles 3. The plot has been revealed for this. This is going to be set a few years later, and the supers are now legal, but there is still a question of whether they should be legal. I'm not sure about this one, and I think there's been speculation of whether the kids are going to be aged up or not. I think they should be, because I feel like we've covered all of the topics that can be covered with kids being superheroes. They've already been recognised as superheroes. Plus, some of this plot actually sounds like what the first film was talking about, like the moral aspect of whether actually superheroes should be existing in this world and coexisting with us or not. And I don't know, it just feels like it's retreading things we've already seen before. Zootopia 3 also had a small teaser revealed, and it's revealed that this film is going to focus on birds. I have had a bit of a back and forth with this one and my thoughts on this. I still unfortunately have not gotten around to seeing Zootopia 2, but I do want to, and I feel like with this one, the franchise could go on forever, because ever since I saw the first film, I thought you could do a lot of world building with this film, and expand upon different aspects of the world, and basically go into what the second and third film is probably going to go into, which is which animals are not allowed into the city, why not, what's the moral dilemma there, and what's the conflict there. So I think moving on to birds makes the most sense. Originally I was like, oh, another Zootopia film, okay. But then at the same time I thought, wait, but this is exactly what I wanted. Like, I wanted more world building within this franchise, and that's exactly what I'm getting. Like, why am I fed up with that? So, it's a bit hypocritical, it's a bit stupid of me to think that. I am interested in this one now that I've thought it over. And yeah, this is actually exactly what I wanted. Coco 2 is one that I'm not sure people wanted, but I'm intrigued to see how this is going to go. So Miguel is now older, and it seems to imply that he is going to visit Mama Coco in the underworld. Somehow Ernesto has returned. I don't know how that's going to happen. So yeah, not enough has been revealed yet, but I'm interested in this enough in this one to see where this is going to go. This is another one where I'm like, I'm not interested at the moment, but I'm going to wait for more plot details to come out, because Coco is my favourite Pixar film. So yeah, chances are I'm going to end up seeing this one anyway, but at the moment I don't have enough interest in it at the moment to like get me into the cinema. But it's just a case of waiting for more plot details, waiting to see what it's fully going to be about. Do I think a sequel is necessary? No, not really, but it's a case of waiting to see what the plot is actually fully going to be before I decide whether to see it in the cinema. At the same time, yeah, you can tell I'm a bit conflicted about this one. At the same time, chances are I am going to see it in the cinema, because the first film is my favourite Pixar film. So yeah, I just want to see how they're going to make sense of everything, I guess is what I'm saying. The Lilo and Stitch live action film is getting a sequel. We did know about this after the first film was released, so this has actually been known for a while. I am surprised it's getting a sequel, because I don't know if the first film actually did financially very well. Obviously there was a lot of complaints about the ending, and even I have changed my mind slightly on the ending as well. Since I reviewed it a couple of years ago, and even though I like the visuals and how they animated Stitch, and the fact that Angel is now going to be an added character who is another experiment, and I think in the show is a love interest for Stitch from what I remember, so she's now going to be added into the story. And this is going to be a brand new story. So this is not going to be like Lilo and Stitch 2 cartoon. This is not going to be like Stitch has a glitch. This is going to be a brand new story. I have no idea what they're going to do with this, because obviously the ending, not that you probably were interested in seeing it, but spoilers for Lilo and Stitch live action. But Nani ends up in military school or marine school, and Lilo ends up in a foster family, which at the time I sort of explained it away, but as I've rewatched it, I'm just like, yeah, this didn't really line up with the message you're actually trying to say of Ohana means family. Like, it doesn't really line up. I think if it was any other film, it would have made sense, but the fact that it's Lilo and Stitch, yeah, I've gone back on what I have said in my original review, and I don't really know how they're going to continue that, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not really sure. This one is not really one that I'm interested in, even though I like the animation style and I like how they animated Stitch. Angel looks really cool as well and really cute. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with this or how this is going to go. So let's actually go into a few things that I'm definitely excited for. Because so far we've had a lot of, I'm not sure about this, I don't like it, blah blah blah. Let's actually go into some more positive stuff. So, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit is getting a mini-series. I love Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. And if you don't know, Oswald was the original Disney mascot before Mickey, and he is now back under Disney ownership, which means on Disney Plus there were cartoons, newer cartoons based on Oswald, there's going to be, yeah, like I mentioned, a mini-series which looks to be a hybrid of live action and animation. It looks like Oswald is going to escape into the real world, because the clip that was showed him in the animator's studio. So I do wonder if this is going to be a meta series of him exploring his origins. I'm very excited for this. I love Oswald so much. He's very adorable. And I think the animation live action hybrid is very, very good. It looks fantastic. Apologies that... sorry, it suddenly got very windy outside. So apologies that my lighting keeps changing and I suddenly get like overexposed. Sorry about that. Along with the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 4, finally, we got there eventually. A trailer for the game was shown at Disney's D23. This is not a gaming channel, so we're not going to be talking about the game. But at the same time, Disney are going to be releasing a animated mini-series based on Kingdom Hearts. I'm so excited for this because I played the first 2 games. Yeah, okay, let's talk about this first. I'm excited for the mini-series mainly because 1 is Kingdom Hearts, but 2, they need to tell the story in a simple way. It is getting to the point where I think I saw a video recently where even the creator doesn't even know what Kingdom Hearts is about anymore. So I'm hoping that the miniseries is actually going to explain what Kingdom Hearts is in a much simpler way. You have a second chance to properly tell the story, or simplify it, because no one knows what's going on. We play for the vibes. We play it for the vibes and the colours and the locations and what Disney characters are going to appear. That's why you play it. What Final Fantasy characters are going to appear, what Disney characters are going to appear. So I'm looking forward to this because I think it's actually going to be quite pretty as an animated series. But yeah, it will give them another chance to properly tell the story and simplify the story. Because it's gotten way out of control. The plot's got way out of control. I don't know what's going on anymore, and I don't think anyone else does. And the last thing I actually want to mention is the Bluey movie. So, Disney own the distribution rights for the show, which means that obviously the film was being showcased in D23. And the trailer was also shown as well, which seems to be a scene from the episode Uppies, which I think was from season 1. I think it was from season 1. A lot of people have noticed a big glaring thing immediately, which is the animation change. So, Bluey movie is not going to be 2D animated, it's going to be 3D animated. I think it's really cute, and I think it makes sense for them to go into a 3D environment for a film. You want it to appear bigger, you want it to appear, better for the big screen. So it does kind of make sense to translate it to 3D. Plus, this was always going to be the plan for the movie. This was always going to be the case. The creator has said that he wanted this one to be 3D because he wanted the film to look as if you could just reach out and touch it and like be within that world. Which I think makes a lot of sense, and especially for a kids film as well. This does make a lot of sense. From what I've seen online, a lot of kids like it, and that's what matters. Like, we've got to remember, throughout all the adults complaining about the animation style, we do need to remember that this is primarily a kids show. Yes, it was made for parents as well to watch along with their children, but this is a kids show, and if kids like it, that's what matters. Like, that is what matters. I think the animation style is really cute. I think it's adorable. And it works with the character designs as well. Like, Bingo and Bluey still look the same. They haven't changed their character design. We don't need to do ugly Sonic with this one. Like, it looks fine. It looks beautiful. Let kids enjoy it. Is what I say. Let kids enjoy it. I think it looks adorable. But that comes out next year. I'm sure there was a lot more announcements in terms of the films and TV shows. And I apologise if I'd missed anything. But this is as much as I found out about, because obviously it's in America. The time zones are very different, and I think the showcase happened at like 2 or 3 in the morning UK time. Something like that. So yeah, I've kind of had to pick up the announcements as I go along the last few days. after it's already happened because of time zones. So I apologise if I have missed out on anything. If I have done, let me know in the comments actually, because I would be interested to know if I've missed anything. I feel like maybe obviously the Marvel and Star Wars stuff I've missed out on. I think Avengers Doomsday did get something, like a special look or something, but I've already said everything that I want to say about that one in my previous trailer talk video. So if you want my thoughts on Avengers Doomsday, I will link the trailer talk that I did on Avengers Doomsday at the end of this video. But this was me talking about Disney's D23 conference. I was Megan, this is Battle Royale with Cheese. See you soon.